Memo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV. So enra one of the stories I yede bre mo a ye hu ne say Ghana for are reacted to it pan especially mo abrochiri retired appeals court judge IFR no Justice Said ensemo a woka say ono de sa 2020 senior Supreme Court shielded Jean Mensa from testifying no up till now ade a ehye pa. Now, the reason why I even reported on it, and they say, Melodies, no, for the past 2 years, 3 years, I've always been saying that. Semenso, me ya pint, saying the judge being so, can the same thing I can ya. Not to say, no, akwa idea back. Now, I was see a read the comment. You read the comment near her, the Ghana for FR judge way in somewhere or they two journal. Let's read comment and see what Ghanaians are saying. Maybe I made the story and say, I won't see a judge in somewhere or kind ya. Maybe I made the judge in a voice, ebe to aso, na with ye. Jikuno Grace, say, they should go back to the 2020 election procedure and call Jean Mensa to the bar and testify the truth of election to Ghanaians. I mean, I did not the whom here see a yan krayanye. Na sisi, forget it. Now, your TikTok, no, Mr. say, TikTok no, it's moving. It's really moving. Namun na yadamo ase. So would you na follow you in our TikTok? Link na our comment box no. And I'm saying sometimes the stories need be crowd to TikTok and say they buy YouTube. But TikTok no, the growth is really impressive. Very impressive. Just say me won't be sakrada. Send your TikTok no kon ya hey ya YouTube network na TikTok na babenia because it's yakra no. YouTube no your subscribers in TikTok and so TikTok no views are yenya wo no YouTube no kramba into no that's that comment box ni mo no comment box ni mo the first comment your TikTok no e wo ho follow yen Jikuno Grace there no Vivian say that is why some of them who defended the indefensible are going away from this planet one by one. The evil that man do live after them. Simplicity say they will speak truth. Evil party and their evil people. God will judge them all. They fear to die, so they are confessing. They realize their mistake, but it is too late. Sarah Yeboah say, I hope CJ Tokunu will hear this and pick something from it. Because she's doing the same thing. This judge is talking about it for shielding Jean Mensa for the voting registration. They will all be judged one by one. Now, Chief Justice, new Chief Justice, no one still. Because she was part of the judges. Onumpo, no katre, chachuchi kata, emra chachuchi kata, ebisa Jean Mensa questions, bino. Ono katre chachuchi kata, se chachuchi kata nkwen. Na Jean Mensa ba no be testify, no we bisa sa questions, no. Onu kra take decision, say, ma Jean Mensa testify. Onumpo, ono. Nti ya say ono na nko Chief Justice anko nya sana. She, vidi agro. Kamal say right now the Supreme Court of Ghana is MPP. Sarah Yeboah say there is a word that says karma has started hitting all of them. So now they are coming out to unveil all their evil deed. Mohammed say what stopped them telling the truth at that time? They are all afraid. If NDC come, they will be sacked out. Emily Appiah say well spoken, but why now? He should have come to speak out in 2020. They know the law and should have challenged why they chose to shield Jean Mensa to please Nanado and his MPP government. Alex Marte say, I think he was out of the country at the time and he has just returned with a new way to learn what happened. Luxury say, when it is coming, it is doing. God will punish all of them for not doing their jobs well when they were supposed to. Now they are talking. What will that do to Ghanaians who are suffering? Shame on all of them. Francis Duncan say the law of karma. Uriah say, why didn't he speak then? They are all hypocrites. Nation wreckers. Vincent Ayiku say, upon all you talk about the court, the people who sent the case to the court had no evidence. Juliet, the Melodies, the harm had already done. And now the damages the constitution. So what does he want now? Why he didn't talk at that moment, 2020? They are all fear now because GM is coming back. If what appear I say, where were you at that time, 2023 years? And now no one comes out to talk about what was going on. Come Jonas say Ghanaian. Stephen Odoy or say why now? Lemon Green say why didn't you talk? Is it necessary now? User say so I am asking after 7 to 8 years now why Kwasiafo Nkrase for hey Charlie. Come Jonas say Florence say it is too late. Florence Biom or say where were they all this while? Until so far we comment in a ban and bebe na a bisa judge ne senti. No we 2020 no we at dainty and a fianza wakasa. And I think it's a good question. But yonko tie the judge ne ka yan for a bisa the questions we ni nano.
Memo bi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. On say eya na me ka tre mo say for me personally the biggest mistake me feel say Ghana ye and say yama Jean Mensa. In fact, men ka say Ghana ye I said ye na ye bi. The biggest mistake a judiciary ne ye and say yama Jean Mensa in 2020 Amber testified because clearly no there were errors in the election calculation in yama. Inti nanka ye na ehwe nim say obeba be testify nanka Ghana for yate ye ho ase. A lot of people were waiting for the cross examination but yamana nye. Me mamoti say it was one of the major injustice the current Supreme Court no ade ye Ghana for. And sa asem na maka no I know say a chimba ebeba no mo aba beka. Me say sa asem we ye ma kento a chimba ba Ombeba be bossa chief Supreme Court echi se sa ade na wo mo ye no eye precedents bi a wo mo aseti ato ho a ahwe ni ye a ebe ha o man but ni nemu na eme de say I am not the only person am kan asem no Ghana for bebre na kan asem no na ende appeals court judge retired a friend of Said Kweku Jan ende onu so ababonte na sisi ana akwa say judges name mumpuno and as you see our mobile bonting ebo the Supreme Court echi enam enyame bia wo moye ya judges na nde wo mo atena sie hu ne se da bia de we de ye boni a Supreme Court no edi Ghana for enra nipa kwa ye de ne de breo eye justice atuguba se ni oba be kasae ebe kire se wo hwe judge question case na any Supreme Court decision a wo mo make ya eye scandalous chese entwa yi Entiende, yes, also be bought different one. Justice Said Appeals Court Judge Edi Atuja. Na mpese utie nsemo kan. Ni hu ne se nsemo a woka no aba wom ana aba anim. But ni name de me say me de. Say today because Ghana ni ne kokasa ye beka say contempt. Say ye NDC for na ebekwa akokan ye beka say almost scandalize judges inti se mo mpese Ghana for obi a criticize judges se mo amon crofo na be kan fe se mo amon crofo kan mo yen hwe de mo de be yomo se ne de mo amon crofo na aka inti de mo de be yomo mfa nkonko yomo tie se mo kan
Article 3:1 of the 92 Constitution states that Parliament shall have no power to enact a law establishing a one-party state. I should say that today we are literally in a one-party state in this country. It is the judiciary which, through a sensitive and appropriate interpretation of the Constitution and enforcement of relevant statutes and laws, serves as the inescapable entity or agency for realizing these noble objectives of the Constitution. Accordingly, Article 125.3 declares that the judicial power of Ghana is vested in the judiciary. Article 125.1 emphasizes that, quote, justice emanates from the people and shall be administered in the name of the Republic by the judiciary, who shall be independent and subject only to the Constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, the import of these stipulations is to underscore the fact that the judiciary and hence judges of our courts are accountable to the people as their servants and not as their masters in the quest to achieve and advance the vision of democratic government and the objective and tangible fruits of democracy in our land. Additionally, and more importantly, the judiciary has the bounden duty to hold all other powers, entities, and agencies of state accountable and ensure transparency in their actions or deeds. And in this respect, I felt very, very agonized when the Supreme Court in the 2020 election petition decided to shield the Electoral Commissioner from giving evidence. The Supreme Court in that trial was a constitutional court, not just any court.
But then so one said they all can, and the papa can. So one says, I will say he was very agonized when the judiciary or the Supreme Court in 2020 decided to shield Jean Mensa from providing evidence. Because you see, as someone papa can, I mean, him say maybe some people, some MP before might come to attack papa because as someone walk and any more but me see nipa kasa. Tina sena dwen hu ne sa sem na waka no nyansa wo ma na nyansa enim enya wo feelings ebia wo bia kan asem no nyansa wo na so wo feelings enya wo de unim na ko di wo feelings echi a obedi ngwa asem papa na asem a wo ka no wo say constitution it say the judiciary no only the constitution they are supposed to answer to. They are not supposed to answer to any political party. They are not supposed to answer to the president. Dabi, the constitution. In this case, no, Jean Mensa somewhere about court, no, the judiciary were representing the constitution. They weren't supposed to take sides. And so he was agonized. Obika said, I am agonized. And actually said, I am pained. And ya say I'm brainy do you know. Judiciary no ebe jina ama wa mine te say constitution because constitution ni de wo ni MPP ni NDC ya ma ye nina MPP ni kokun nipa constitution no senya eka so obi kokun nipa ni ndi no e wo say ni ndi saa NDC ni nso kokoye saa constitution e wo say ni ndi saa ye nka say constitution no wa throw wom say ne ba ko ni MPP ni a okun nipa ma 1000 years so ye NDC ni no okun nipa munku no dabi. In this case, no, the judiciary, the Supreme Court, they were playing the role of the Constitution. They were supposed to be the Constitution. See, no, wama NDC for evidence aba, wama MPP for evidence aba. Yengro for miensa and a case ne form ho. MPP, NDC, and the Electoral Commissioner Jean Mensa. NDC the evidence aba, MPP fonso ediomo counter evidence aba. Sisi aka the third person Jean Mensa. Now judiciary ne wasa who play the role of the constitution no. E wasa opening on so eden the evidence eba. And I wasa opening on so yebe cross examine no. Ya examine ya cross examine NDC ni MPP. Ono so beba ni ya no cross examination no. Udru ho wo shelde no. He was agonized. Me say sa de we. Ombeye akọ Omunchimba ebetua soka. Sa decision where Supreme Court take ye. Omunchimba ebetua soka. Now they don't know what they have done to our democracy. This decision they took, they don't know what they've done to our democracy. Now you see, nipa bia no. Ya sha ase say ade boni bia wo ye no. Mama wati ase say nipa da se ni bia wo yo bia wo ta di boni bia wo. Se ye didi wa eya na wo mpe. Nti nipa kra wo ye kronfo. Si ewia na ade a na so peso owu nipa kra wo pa atendidie ye di na tem a na opeso owu nipa kra wo type pen tokwa ye de ntokwa be hia na ni mood because on him say me de no de me pay ye no nti mama wati as say Supreme Court and a court decision bia no virtually no adane mra it will be some lawyers a eya na wo mo court a ade a wo mo pe similar cases a who ruling saba into your court and no catch and say oh assume a senior bentin crack case no similar judge ni ruling na oba ni because judge ma ruling na e da ne mra ɛda ne mmra nti yɛndɛ you are at the giving end, so you are not seeing what is going on. Ochinedi, your party will be at the receiving end. Now you said this about 2020. You said that will be the last time Ghana the election in Beko court. That be sometime may come, maybe 10 years, 20 years, 30 years to come. You the MPP, you be at the receiving end. That time no maybe a Supreme Court and so obi and wakwa parking and crow for egu ho. No money na ati case ne so. Eba na we expect say chief EC area batu mu. That time na be na Jean Mensa na wo. We expect say new EC na waba no we dey we wie mu fumfram ye mfa nko court. Na we expect say EC no obeba ba be ma evidence obeba ba be ye beba be ye no cross examination. Ni edru ho no ye quote 2020 say na say 2020 BC ye Jean Mensa kraya. E ho na wo be sun hu say hey yen time na ye yen say chale embre ba na ye yen say yen yenya ende ye dia ye ma ye hu se ne yete and me say sa de na up to today me de na nkrofo ka Supreme Court decisions am take here eni encha me say up to today one decision na Supreme Court ni take here me e che say me ya as a mean to me fanche sa decision we de bia me ka don't I say it. Say Supreme Court assemble na me ka don't I say it. I tell you guys 3 years on sa sem still e ha me na enya me nkwa ye me de say ende another judge woni membra eka say he's also agonized say bibi sa si wo Ghana nyankopon shira judges na ndem o kasa nyina no because omo pese ye mu bi be kasa se mu bi nkasa nyankopon be yi mu na